It was a quiet Tuesday evening, one of those slow, predictable nights where nothing dramatic ever seemed to happen. That's why I remember it so clearly. Tammy walked in from work, let her purse drop on the kitchen counter, and said, "Can we talk for a sec?" She sat on the edge of the couch, back straight, hands fidgeting in her lap. I knew that posture. The last time I saw it, her mom was in the hospital. Serious, nervous, measured. I muted the TV and sat across from her, ready. She took a deep breath, the kind you take when you're not starting conversation. "You're delivering a prepared statement. I've been doing a lot of thinking," she began. "About me, my life, where I'm at." I didn't interrupt, just waited. "I feel like I'm stuck," she continued. "Like I don't know who I am outside of us. I need some space, Roger. I need time to figure myself out." There it was. She kept going, clean, rehearsed lines that rolled off her tongue like she practiced in the mirror. "I think we should take a break. Maybe just be friends. It's not you, I swear. I just need room to grow." I didn't argue. I didn't ask if there was someone else. I didn't fight. I'd seen this movie before, maybe not with her, but with others. When someone says they need space, they've already taken it. Decisions like that are made in silence, long before they're spoken out loud. So I just nodded. "Sure." She blinked. "That's it. That's what you want, right?" "Yeah. I just didn't think you'd be so okay with it." "I'm not okay with it. I'm just not going to beg." She looked down at her hands. "I'll stay at Page's for a few days. Give us both some breathing room. Take whatever you need. Just text me before coming back." She gave a small, conflicted smile, half relief, half surprise, then walked into the bedroom to pack a bag. When the door closed behind her, the apartment didn't feel sad. It felt silent, and in that silence, I opened my laptop and started making a list. I'm not the type who screams, who throws things or makes big emotional gestures. I think in steps. I move with intent. She wanted space. I was going to give her the full blueprint. The shared accounts came first, all under my name. Netflix, Spotify, Disney Plus, Prime. I logged in, changed passwords, removed her profiles, and canceled anything we didn't need. Next, the car. A year and a half ago, Tammy's old Corolla gave out for good. I had just gotten a raise and bought a new SUV. Since I worked remotely, she started using it more than I did. It became her ride, to work, to errands, to those suspiciously frequent late-night gym sessions. But legally, it was mine. Title, insurance, payments, all in my name. I texted her, clear and to the point. "Hey, since we're taking space and figuring things out as friends, I'll need the car back this week. Insurance doesn't cover non-resident primary drivers. Let me know when to pick up the keys." She left me on read. No surprise. When people realize their comfort and convenience are being retracted, they tend to go quiet. Then came the apartment. We'd been living together for 3 years, but the lease was mine. I paid the rent. She helped with groceries and bills sometimes, but I was the one listed. I didn't change the locks right away. I gave her the chance to collect her things with dignity. But the moment she made it messy, I was ready, and I had a feeling she wasn't expecting any of it. By Friday around 4 p.m., I was making coffee when I heard a knock. Fast, loud, angry. I checked the peephole. Tammy. She looked flushed, winded, like she'd practically run over. She knocked harder. I opened the door, calm. "Hey!" "What the hell, Roger?" she snapped. "No hello." I asked quietly, "What's wrong? You locked me out of the accounts, and you sent that text about the car." "Yeah," I said. "You said we're friends now." Friends don't share cars or streaming services. Her jaw tightened. I said I needed space. I didn't say blow up our whole life. I didn't blow it up. You did. I just responded. "You're being dramatic." "No," I said. "I'm done financing your freedom." She rolled her eyes. "You're acting exactly like Trent said you would." There it was. The slip, the name. Trent, the gym buddy. The guy whose name popped up too often in her stories. Too late at night. I'd once seen a midnight notification from him on her phone. She'd brushed it off. I'd let it go. Now she'd said the quiet part out loud. I stayed still. Trent. Her arms folded. He's just a friend. He's been supportive lately. Supportive of what? I asked. Of you leaving me while still using my car, my accounts, my apartment? That kind of support. You're twisting it. No, I said, voice steady. You wanted the rush of something new, without losing the safety net. But you don't get both. She laughed bitterly. You're punishing me. If I were punishing you, I said, I wouldn't have texted. I have already reported the car stolen. She didn't argue, just handed over the keys and stormed off. That night, I used the app to find the SUV parked a few blocks away. I walked over under cover of dusk, phone in hand, gym bag still in the back seat. She wasn't around. I hit locked doors, then triggered the alarm. Headlights flashing, horn blaring. 30 seconds later, Tammy came running out of Paige's building. What are you doing? She shouted. I turned off the alarm. Said nothing. You couldn't wait one more day, she hissed. You already waited too. I asked nicely. You're insane. No, I said. I'm just reclaiming what's mine before someone else drives off in it. She scoffed. You're doing this because of Trent. I didn't respond, just held out my hand. She slapped the keys into my palm. I hope he was worth it, I said as I walked away. Back home, I made another list. First, change the locks. Second, buy a camera. By Sunday, the locks were changed. A tiny motion-trigger camera was installed above the door. Subtle, silent, just in case. Monday morning, I was mid-meeting when I got an email from IT. An anonymous complaint had come through HR over the weekend. It painted me as unstable, emotionally aggressive, recently threatening to a former partner. The language was polished, clinical, careful, just vague enough to create suspicion. I knew who wrote it. HR called me in. Melissa and my manager Jonathan sat across from me. She turned the laptop so I could read the email. When I finished, I looked up. Calm. This is retaliation, I said. My ex moved out last week. I removed her from shared accounts and reclaimed my vehicle. She didn't like that. Do you have proof? Melissa asked. I pulled out my phone. Text threads, screenshots, timestamp messages, the full paper trail. Jonathan, who'd managed me for 6 years, finally spoke. This doesn't sound like Roger. None of this does. Melissa reviewed everything, nodded. We'll keep this on file, but there's no reason to take action. Case closed. But that night, just after midnight, the camera pinged. I opened the app. Tammy stood on my doorstep, in a hoodie, glancing around nervously. She tried her old key. It didn't work. She tried again. Still nothing. She jiggled the handle, stood there a full minute, then walked away. I didn't call, didn't text. I saved the clip in 3 places, local, cloud, and backup. Then I sent it to her sister. Thought you should see this. I believe she's been staying with you. 2 hours later. What the hell? I had no idea. She told me you threw her out with no warning. I didn't reply. Nothing left to say. The next day, I got a call. Tammy's dad. Gordon. No nonsense. Straight shooter. Can we come by tonight? He asked. Karen and I want to talk. At 7:12, they knocked. I let them in. Karen looked worn. Gordon looked like a man with too many questions. We just want to understand, she said. Tammy told us one thing. Paige told us another. I showed them the footage. The text, the HR complaint. When the video ended, silence. She said you locked her out without warning, Gordon muttered. She said she needed space. I replied, I gave it to her. Karen's voice trembled. She told us it was just a fight, that she was staying with Paige for a few days. I showed them everything, my documentation, my restraint. Gordon finally stood. I need to call her. Put it on speaker, I said. He didn't hesitate. Tammy picked up. Hey, Dad. We're at Rogers. We've seen the video, the text, the report to his job. Want to explain why you tried breaking into his apartment. Silence. That's not what it looked like, she said. I just wanted to check on him. You didn't belong there, Gordon said. voice sharp. And you lied to us about all of it. She stammered. He's making me look bad. He stole the car. We're done, Tammy, he said and hung up. He looked at me, apologetic. We're sorry for all of it. She never came back in person. A moving crew arrived the next day. I let them in, pointed them to her things. No scene, just silence. I blocked her that afternoon, deleted the camera footage, kept the HR email just in case. Not for revenge, for memory. To remind myself, listening to your gut isn't being paranoid. It's being prepared. The apartment's quiet again. Not lonely, just peaceful. I sit on the same couch where she once said she needed space. And I realized she got it, just not the version she imagined. She wanted freedom. I gave her the full, unfiltered kind. And in doing so, I found mine too.